They call me Dr. Manhattan. They explain the name has been chosen for the ominous associations it will raise in America's enemies. They are shaping me into something gaudy, something lethal.
Hello everybody, this is Jason Robinson, Illustration by Design. Pleased to meet you. Good to see you. Hope you guys are all doing very well this Friday afternoon, or morning, or evening, depending on where you are. Today I'm going to be working on a drawing of Dr. Manhattan, a commission from an old friend of mine from school, and he wanted a drawing of Dr. Manhattan for his son, who likes the character. So I worked up a sketch in Photoshop, sketched it out for him. He liked it, so I am going on to work on the finished art right now. I transferred the sketch onto some pasty Bristol board, and now I'm gonna start inking it and going to finish the artwork. So just wanted to do a live stream and get some of it done during it. Since I haven't live streamed in a while, it's been, I don't know, how long has it been? It's been over a week since I live streamed, so I figured if I'm going to be doing it, I might as well do it for you guys, so you guys can see me draw and all that fun stuff. But it is hot in here. Hold on one second, let me get my fan before I pass out from heat stroke. Where is it? This is the cord. No, I just gotta find. Ah, there we go. Now, put that there. Plug this in. Alright, if I can reach it. There we go. Pardon the fan noise that might be coming in a few seconds. We'll see. We'll see how loud the fan is. And hopefully I put the microphone on this time. Half the time I forget to turn the mic on. I'm just talking to myself. There we go. Oh, that feels good. Much better. Now, let me check the mic. The mic is on. Yay. That is good. Now, let me check my phone. My phone does have power for once. Let me see if I can get on YouTube. Let me see if anybody's here. Up. But, okay. Nice. Okay, live stream is working. Tap to watch live. I'm still trying to figure out my phone, so please be patient. Okay, that's working. That's working. Cool. Can't see anything, but that's okay. We'll get through it. But anyway, yeah, not much is really new in my neck of the woods. In case this is your first time here, my name is Jason Robinson. I'm an illustrator, a graphic artist, and I draw stuff for a living, like this. So, but I figured this would be a fun little project to do. I don't think I've ever drawn Dr. Manhattan actually, but he's an interesting character, so should be pretty cool. Alright. Ooh, one person showed up. Cool. That's nice. Alright, now just find the pens I need to ink this, and that'll be fun. Be able to get started. What is this? This is not the pen I want. This is not the pen I want. That's not. That's not. What's this? I need that one. Oh, and this one. Yes, yes. I need these three. Maybe these four. Cool. Okie dokie. Let me see. Can I zoom in a little more? Nope, that's it. That's alright. That's close enough. And I put on my actual drawing glasses, which is good. Alright. Now hopefully if you're watching this, either live or later on, I hope that you subscribe to my channel. And hopefully if you have, you've hit the bell for notification of future videos, because otherwise, when I live stream, you won't know about it. I suspect that a lot of people haven't hit the bell because I usually only get like 3 people watching. But, I don't know, maybe they just don't like my art. And that's okay. That's perfectly fine. I'm gonna be drawn regardless, so. Alright. Let's see. How can I do this? I'm gonna take my headphones off, because I don't really need them. Let me turn that off. I don't need that. And okay, let me start drawing. Oof. Yeah, fan does feel good. Alright. Okay. So I'm going to be bringing this down. Let me adjust the camera a smidge. There we go. Okay. Well, if the one person watching has any questions, please feel free to ask. So I will be here for. I'll probably be drawing at least for an hour, and then after that, we'll see. Which one do I want to start with? Because I have to start with the eyes, because they are the windows to the soul. Although I don't know if Dr. Manhattan has a soul. Alright. Is that in camera? It is in camera. Let me move the light so my shadow doesn't cover everything as I draw. Trying to make sure my head doesn't get in the way. Have you guys seen the Batman yet? The Robert Pattinson film that came out. I guess it came out a week ago. So it's gotten mostly good reviews. Although I know some people who, I mean, among the people I know, they either really liked it or they didn't like it, which I find a little odd. But yeah, I saw part of it, and it's generally a good movie. I like it, but what I don't like is I like Pattinson as Batman, his version of Batman. I think it's good when he's wearing the mask, the cowl, but his Bruce Wayne stinks. His Bruce Wayne is pretty garbage, because he's an emo. He's like a greasy-haired. How should I put this? His personality, his public persona, is the same as Bruce Wayne that it is as Batman, and that doesn't work. I mean, the whole point of Bruce Wayne, well, the whole point of being in public as Bruce Wayne is that he should be one of the last people you would suspect of being as Batman, and Bruce Wayne's personality in the Robert Pattinson movie is that of a angry, kind of disgruntled, sour person who seems to have a grudge, and that would be one of the first people you would suspect of being Batman, I would think. I mean, it's sort of like having a really angry person in your high school who always dresses in black, whose hair is like down over his eyes all the time, and you would kind of think like that kid's probably going to be a serial killer one day, or a school shooter. So I don't know. I think that they really kind of I know they didn't focus that much on Bruce Wayne in the movie, but when they do show him, it's not. I don't think they did a good job with it. But that said, I mean, the movie looks pretty good. I like the mystery aspect. I like the yeah. I love what they've done with the Penguin, with Colin Farrell in it. Very cool stuff. So. I'll probably go see it in the theaters. I don't know, maybe next weekend I'll go see it. I do wish that Robert Pattinson had worked out for the movie though, because he is pretty skinny as Batman. I mean, they show him with his shirt off, I think, at least once, and you look at him. Well, at least I look at him. I think, this guy's smaller than me. it's like and I can't fight, so I don't know. I find it hard to believe that Bruce Wayne, being as scrawny as Robert Pattinson is, could have been fighting crime pretty much full time in Gotham City for 2 years. I mean, if you work out for 2 years, I hope you're bigger than Robert Pattinson in Batman. I would hope. Or if you're not, then you should probably find a new trainer. Because Bruce Wayne doesn't really have a job. All he really does is run around as Batman. So it's not like he has other things taking up his time. I think that might have been a mistake, that little line there. But we will keep on working. All right, now let me find my brush pen. See if hey, Jeff Potts, how you doing? Good seeing you. Jeff Potts, can you put a link to your book? Jeff Potts has just put out a book called The Revenant and the what's the name of your book? I'm sorry. Anyway, Jeff Potts has just come out with a new fantasy book, and it's available on Amazon and a bunch of other places. And if Jeff Potts would, please post a link in the chat for it, so that people can find it and buy it and read it. That'd be cool. And actually, they had a drawn and quartered fan edition last night where they drew characters from Jeff Potts' book, which is very cool. And that was on Chester Busby's channel on YouTube Thursday night. Okay, this brush pen is working pretty well so far. Revenant and the Tomb. Thank you. Ugh, my brain. Thank you, Jeff. But yeah, please post a link to your book where people can buy it. And Jeff said that he's coming out with an audiobook version, I think by the end of the month. So, yeah, that to look forward to as well. Cool. So Jeff, have you seen the new Batman movie yet? Or no? Do you plan to? Is something you're not interested in? I have no idea. Nope, haven't seen the movie. I've been real busy. Yeah, I'm sure you have been. You got a lot of stuff going on, so. Yeah. I've seen half of it. I'll probably go see it in the theaters next weekend. I mean, it looked good, but it wasn't something that I was. Actually, there are no movies that I sort of think I have to see this opening weekend. So, when I saw the trailer, I was like, yeah, it looks interesting. Yeah, maybe I'll see it a couple weeks after it comes out. So, because I hate going to the theater opening weekend, and there's just like packed with people. Like, I'd rather just stay home. I have to deal with a bunch of loud people and a lot of talking and stuff. And I find you can avoid all that just by going 2 weeks after it comes out. By then most people have seen it who want to see it, and then it's much more quiet in the theaters. Jeff Fox says, yes, I hate crowds as well. Yeah, I don't know if I hate crowds. Maybe I just hate crowds in certain situations, and the movies are one of those situations where I just, I don't want to hear a lot of stupid yammering or and not to not to be mean to nerds, because I am a nerd, but I kind of hate all the nerd talk that goes on like opening weekend during a movie, where they're just like, they act like they're they're on like they're performing for people, and they're just commenting constantly during the movie. It's just like, just shut up and watch it. So I went to the eye doctor last week, and I had to get new glasses now. But I had to get them anyway, just because these are the ones I wear are 2 years old, and they're kind of beaten up. But I have to decide whether to get progressives or stick with my bifocals, and I think I'm leaning towards just sticking with bifocals, because it's not just that progressives are more expensive, but I found out that progressives, I mean, if you guys don't know about glasses, bifocals are glasses like mine. I don't know if you can see them, like these, but they have like a line, you know. There's distance up here, and at the bottom for close up, for reading close, there's like a line here for close up reading. Below that line, the prescription changes, so you can see. So you know, as you get older, your eyesight changes, you know, and it tends to get worse. So your distance may stay the same, but your intermediate range, like if you're on a computer, that would be intermediate range. You know, within, say, arm's length is intermediate range. So that gets worse, and then your close-up vision, which is reading, you know, close reading, that gets worse. So progressives are glasses where there's a smooth transition from distance to close-up reading. There's no line, there's no demarcation line on your glasses, and I guess people like it because you can't see the line. I don't care about that, about a line that's basically invisible. But the problem with progressive lenses, I found out, is that that transition between being able to see distance to near, it's very narrow on a progressive lens. It only works in like this top area, which will be distance all the way across, and then as you go down, it narrows down to like a small channel down the middle of the glasses, and all this area on either side of that channel on the lower part of the glasses is blurry. You can't see. You have to move your head from side to side. You can't like move your eyeballs and still see clearly. This whole area from like here, this area here, and on the other side, this area here on a progressive lens is all blurry, and you have to retrain your eyes to ignore that blurry area where you can't see. And I'm like, I don't want to wear glasses where a good, I don't know what this is, what would that be? That'd be like a good third or 50% of your glasses is unusable. I don't want to wear glasses where I can't see 33 to 50% of my range of vision because it's blurry. I can't understand why they can't just make progressive lenses where the entire lens from one end of the lens to the other is clear, and then it just has a natural progression. I don't understand why, but apparently there's a reason. So but yeah, until they can fix that little huge problem with progressive lenses, I'm not getting them. So, yeah, but I don't know, maybe I'll go this weekend or early next week to look for new glasses. Because I have to see, I found that being an artist, being able to see is pretty important. So I'm gonna try to figure out where I should go. It's either gonna be Lens Crafters or Costco. Now Costco will be cheaper, but Lens Crafters, I think, is more experienced in terms of glass making glasses and all that stuff. So I don't know. I usually just go to Lens Crafters, but we shall see. We shall see. Yep. Sorry. Just a little head knock on my camera. So far, so good. Japan says I go to Costco. Yeah, I went to, I mean, yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not sure. I went to Costco the other day and looked at their optical center. I don't know. I'm inclined to go to a place that specializes in one thing than to go to sort of like an all-in-one sort of place, you know, a place that's mainly for buying bulk quantities of toilet paper and cat food. You know, I don't really I'm not sure if that's the best place to get my glasses, because I kind of depend on my vision for everything. So I'm a little, I don't know. I mean, I keep seeing good things about Costco, their eyewear and stuff. I just don't. I'm very. it's hard for me to trust new things. So I guess that's my issue. Let's see. Alright, not too bad. It's getting there. Oh, 2 people are watching. Yay! I broke the bottleneck somehow. Somehow another person saw that I was live streaming and decided to show up. Thank you very much. I feel twice as good as I did about 5 seconds ago. I'll feel 3 times better if a third person shows up. Alright, hopefully you guys can see this stuff. I'm trying to stay in camera, but and hopefully you like my artwork enough to subscribe and hit the like button so you can let YouTube know that my content is worth promoting. So if you would, please do that. And hit the bell for notification of future videos. That'd be cool too. Jeff Potts says, I went to Lens Crafters once. My wife had a fit over the cost, so Costco it is. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, we have insurance, and we have pretty good insurance for eyes, but the cost regardless is important. And I wear 2 pairs of glasses. I wear my normal pair for everyday use, and then I have a pair that I'm wearing now for doing for close up, for computers and viewing close stuff. So I would have to buy 2 pairs of glasses, so cost is definitely a factor. I just I don't know. I don't care anything about frames. Frames to me are nothing more than just something to hold the lenses so I can see. So I don't care about the style or anything. I don't want to look like a complete dork, but I really don't care about name brands or anything. My main concern is the actual creation of the lens. And I know at Lens Crafters they do things like they measure the distance between your pupils, the pupil distance and stuff that helps make the lenses like really sort of geared to your personal eyesight. And I don't know if Costco does that. So because the glasses I'm wearing now that I got from Lens Crafters, they're really good. And I would want something just as good from whoever I get my new glasses from. So Jeff Pye says, I actually have 3 pairs of glasses. I have computer glasses for work, bifocals for reading or watching TV, and prescription sunglasses for driving. Oh, cool. Yeah, I can't trust myself with prescription sunglasses because I would break them or I would lose them. So what I do, I just wear my regular glasses, and then I put those those old people glasses, those sunglasses, those they're over the eye glass, they're over glasses, sunglasses. I just call them retiree sunglasses because they're usually like big and goofy looking. I just found a pair of those and put those over my glasses when I drive, and then I just take them off when I'm inside. So because they cost what, maybe $20 as opposed to spending hundreds of dollars on a pair of prescription sunglasses. I'd rather just buy the cheap over the glasses sunglasses, because I know I would, because I've lost so many pairs of sunglasses over the years. I would be kicking myself if I had done that with prescription sunglasses. I just can't trust myself. Well, same reason I don't have a laptop. I probably will never get a laptop because I'd break it. I'd knock it off the table or something, or I'd do something dopey. Hey, Humphrey Bear, how you doing? He says Costco. Yeah, Costco. Or Costco. Jeff Pond says, I'm with you on progressive lenses. I got progressive once and never again. Yeah, at first I didn't want them because of the cost. They're so much more expensive than regular glasses. But even once I thought about just sort of ignoring the cost, just the fact that, like I said, a good 33 to 50% of the glasses are just unusable, are just wasted, lens. I have no interest. No interest. I mean, I don't see the benefit. I don't see the benefit of them. If I mean, well, I guess the benefit of them is that you only have to wear one pair of glasses, as opposed to wearing two pairs, or maybe three. But wearing one pair of glasses, where up to half of your viewing area is unusable, to me those are worthless glasses. to my mind, anyway. Yeah, either you can use the entire range of vision in the glasses, or or you can't. I mean, you know. Something's going on outside. I don't know what it is though. Hold on 1 second. Let me check. Not sure. Very confusing. Have you guys watched that Watchmen TV series they had on? I guess it was HBO or Showtime about a year ago. I never watched it, so I don't know how it was, but I don't know. It seemed kind of dumb. From what I did see, it was like, this isn't Watchmen. I don't know why they're calling it that. And it seemed very sort of racially, I don't know. It seemed like it had a very weird sort of racial agenda that the Watchmen didn't have. And so I was like, I think I'm going to skip that. Jeff Potts. Hey, Lady Celtic Moose here. Yay! Jeff Potts says, yeah, I think it lasted 1 season. It was hugely woke. Okay. Then I'm glad I missed it. I'm glad I skipped it, because I kind of got that impression just watching one or two of the trailers, and I was just like, why are the cops wearing masks? I didn't understand that. And then they had like, it looked like the Ku Klux Klan, except they were all wearing Rorschach masks. And I was like, Rorschach isn't a racist. So I don't understand why. It didn't make any sense to me. It was like it's like they took the Watchmen. It seemed like they took sort of visual elements from the Watchmen and they slapped it onto a completely different story, and then just called the whole show Watchmen. And I was no thanks. I have toenails to clip, and I have toilets to clean. That is time that's better spent by me than watching this show. Cleaning my toilet and clipping my own toenails. I apologize for the mental picture that may have created, but it's true. It seems to be a pattern with Amazon. Was that Amazon? I thought that was with Showtime. And maybe it was Amazon. I don't know. Because I have Amazon Prime, but maybe it was Amazon. I don't know. Regardless, I'm glad I missed it. I just noticed that they Amazon has and I haven't watched it yet, but I've seen clips on YouTube. Amazon has a animated series for The Boys, that superhero show, live action show that's like really violent. It's based on a comic book, but they made an animated series based on it, and it was like, whoa, it was like really really violent. And it seems to be done by different people, different art styles. One of the styles is like a Rick and Morty style. There's another that's more sort of traditional, sort of action, superhero, comic, cartoon style. So, like I said, I haven't watched it yet, but I'm kind of interested, but I'm kind of scared at the same time, because I don't know. So some of these shows go way too far, so I'm not sure if I really want to check it out. We'll see. Although I did like Invincible. Amazon's version of Invincible. I thought that was pretty good. Alright, well, I can't stop yet. I was about to go to another pen, but I still have to outline some of the stuff with the brush pen. I like this brush pen because it gives you the thick and thin that you would get from an actual brush. This is just a sort of a flexible nib, but it's very good. And what I like most about it is that the ink dries very quickly, so I don't have to worry about smudging, which that's kind of an essential element for whatever pens I use. I don't want to have to wait 5 minutes for the ink to dry when I lay down a line, so it has to dry pretty much instantaneously for me to want to use it again. Which this pen does. What is this? This is a Unipen. Unipen water and fade proof brush pen. And it's get them on Amazon. They're very good pens. I've been using them for, I don't know, a decade or so. Some comic book artist at a convention told me about it. And I was like, oh, cool, I'll try it. And it worked. They worked really well, so I was very happy. Jeff Paz says, yeah, the Rorschach thing literally had no racial component in the original story, but they got to add the agenda somewhere. Yeah, yeah, and it just ruins what should have been a good show. When filmmakers, showrunners, whatever, when they insert their own personal hang-ups on other people's IPs, so it just makes me have no interest in watching their trash. I mean, it's the same thing with what's her name, Ava, this director, Ava DuVernay. They keep hiring her to direct and sort of headline these pre-made properties, whether it's what was it? It was the Wrinkle in Time movie, which she ruined. She completely ruined that film because she made it into a racial film. She race swapped half the characters in the movie when the characters aren't black, and it completely, to me, I read that book when I was a kid. I loved that book, and it completely changed the movie for me. And the movie flopped. No one wanted to watch that movie. It was terrible. But they hired her for that, and they also hired her for that dopey Naomi TV series on the CW, and that show's garbage as well. So yeah, it just I don't understand why they have to ruin things that could potentially be very popular, among everyone. Instead, they try to make it so niche, in a bad way. It's only where it only appeals to people of a certain political bent or certain viewpoint, and everyone else is turned off by it. It's just stupid. I mean, if you're gonna create something, or especially if you're gonna adapt someone else's work, then adapt it so that the largest audience possible will want to see it. Don't narrow your potential viewership so much that you just completely destroy any chance of that property succeeding. Jeff Potts says, yeah, the CW is on my banned networks list. It's not on my banned networks list, but I just don't watch any of their shows. I watch one show. There's only one show on the CW that I watch, and that's Superman and Lois. And that's because it so far is proven to be a pretty good show. It doesn't seem to have any real agenda other than just telling a decent story about Superman, Lois, and her kids. So as long as it does that, I'll keep watching it. I mean, I want to watch good superhero shows. What I don't want to watch are superhero shows that are nothing more than a vehicle for the writers and directors, political and social justice views. That's why I dumped Supergirl after this, halfway through the second season, because they went from being a halfway decent show in the first season when it was on CBS to being a completely garbage trash show from the second season onwards. As soon as it landed on CW, Supergirl became nothing more than a socio-political, propaganda platform. I mean, whether they're talking about, sort of far leftist politics, or, it really hammered on, sort of, LGBTQ XYZ stuff heavily, and it just became unwatchable for me. And when I see shows like Supergirl or Superman or whatever, I want those shows to be sort of for all ages. I want kids from like ages like 3 to like 93 to be able to watch it without cringing or without like saying like, you shouldn't be, without thinking it's like this stuff isn't for kids. And half the stuff on that show was not for kids. And to me, that's not a good show. So at this point, I mean, yeah, Superman and Lois is the only watchable show on the CW. Everything else, I mean, The Flash is just stupid. It's just complete idiocy. What else is still on that show, on that channel? Supergirl's finally gone, thank God. Legend of Tomorrow, garbage. Is Black Lightning still on? I don't know. I think I saw the first season of Black Lightning and then I just sort of gave up on it. Archie, completely, it's just a complete bastardization of the characters from the comic. It's just garbage, trash. It's basically Dawson's Creek with Archie characters. So, right now, Superman and Lois is basically it. I'll keep watching it, as long as it's good, as long as the show maintains the quality, and again doesn't just use the characters as to sort of push sort of extremist politics. Then I'll watch it. Hey, Eric and Boys here. How you doing, Eric? Good seeing you. He says, exactly, concerning Supergirl, I was so disappointed. Yeah, and again, it started off as a good show, or halfway decent. I mean, it wasn't great, but it was halfway decent. And so I was like, okay, cool, it's gonna be on CW, I can watch it with Arrow and Flash and whatever. And then it was just like they magically turned her sister into a lesbian in the second season. After the whole first season, she was sort of flirting with Max Lord on the show, who they eliminated from the show, by the way. And even though her sister was basically drooling all over Superman at the beginning of season 2, they magically turned her into a lesbian. And I was like, this is just stupid. This is just really bad writing. So they need to figure out what they're doing, and unfortunately they never did. So Eric says, really nice work on Dr. Manhattan. Thanks. I'm trying to get him right. The good thing about Dr. Manhattan is there's not much to him in terms of he doesn't wear a costume really. He's basically just a naked blue man. So that makes it easier for me. But he still has a certain look, so I'm trying my best to do him justice. Oh, it's 5 o'clock. My wife's gonna be home soon. Let me keep on working a little more. I'm going to try to come back later on tonight and continue working on this. So if you haven't already done so, please subscribe and hit the bell for notifications of future videos. Make sure that the bell is set for all notifications so that you will get all notifications when I live stream again. Eric Boyd says, Dr. Manhattan needs to pay all these writers, producers, directors, and other associated numbnuts a visit as an atomized. Yeah, I don't know if that's necessary, but what they need to do is just stop hiring them. You know, I think a lot of these people are hired just out of whether it's out of fear or whatever. Just stop giving them work. That's the problem. I mean, a lot of unqualified people are hired for, you know, they're they're basically diversity hires. You know, they check off certain identity identity qualifications on a list, and so they get work. Stop doing that. Hire people based on the quality of the work, not based on what they look like or who they sleep with. That would be a big help. So before hiring someone for a superhero show, ask yourself, have they written or directed successful superhero shows in the past? If they haven't, don't hire them. It's probably a good model to follow. Let's see, let me try this one. Because I know that that Ava DuVernay, that's how you pronounce her name. I know that she has never directed or created or produced any successful fantasy or TV shows, fantasy or superhero shows or movies in her life. So why was she hired to be the showrunner of Naomi on the CW, other than the fact that she's black and that she's fairly well known? But other than those two qualifications, she's not qualified to showrun a superhero show. So stop hiring her. You know, if you want to make a show about the civil rights era, cool. Give her the job. If you want to do that. If you want to have a show about I don't know, the black experience in general in the United States, cool. Give her a job. If you're doing a show about superheroes, do not hire that woman. She knows nothing about them. She cares nothing about them, and all she's going to do is turn it into a show about the only thing she does know, which is sort of racial issues. So I would say skip her. Swipe left. Eric M. Boy says, I hope you're doing well. I have not seen any of your streams for too long. Oh, well, I try to stream at least once a week. So, you know, I'm here, but, yeah, I'm doing good. I said earlier, I had to get a new pair of glasses, so, but that's about the only thing that's, really new with me. So, which is good, you know. A boring life is a good life. Eric says, yes, boring isn't too bad. Yeah. I mean, I try to keep my life as drama-free as possible, as stress-free as possible. So, most stressful thing in my life is me having to get new glasses. That is good. Or having to get new tires for my car. I'm doing pretty well. Alright, let's see. Now switch pens. There we go. Better. Better. You had mentioned the Archie show on CW. I never watched it, never will, but there have been some awful takes on the comics as well. Punisher versus Archie, horror and more, lame in my opinion. Yeah, Punisher versus Archie though was a comedy. It was played for laughs. I mean, I have that comic. I got it when it came out in what 91 or 92 or whatever. It didn't change. The Archie characters didn't change in it. They were. That's what made it funny. You had Archie being Archie, Jughead being Jughead, and all of a sudden the Punisher shows up in Riverdale looking for some serial killer or so, no, it wasn't a serial killer. He was a hitman who happened to look like Archie, and it was played for laughs. So it was that was actually a pretty good comic. The horror comics I never read for Archie, but but the CW show just goes way too far. It's just, I mean, the season starts off with Archie having in a sexual relationship with Miss Grundy, his teacher. I mean, it's just stealing it from Dawson's Creek. So it was this, when you start off with sort of like pedophilia in an Archie TV show, it's not good. it's not a good sign for the show. So and it's just gone downhill from there. I mean, they made Big Moose gay. It's just a trash show all the way around. So someone's calling me. I don't know who's calling me because no one calls me on my cell phone. Interesting. Should I answer? Yeah. Oh well, it's gone. Eric and Boy says, I don't even have Archie comics, but sorry, just leave it all alone. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, to my mind, Archie is a property that should be geared towards children. The problem is that once the owners of Archie died, their kids just completely pissed on their legacy. They decided that, our dads are dead, so we're gonna take these characters and we're just gonna toss them to the wolves and do whatever the heck we want with them. So that's what they did. They decided to just go for sex and violence with these characters, and decided to just sort of toss the children's market out the window. I mean, you could still buy Archie comics that I guess don't really have a lot of that stuff in it, but I mean, I won't buy comics. Well, I haven't bought any comics for my nieces or nephews just because there aren't any comics out there nowadays that are fit for them, So I refuse to buy them Archie because Archie decided to embrace alternative sexual stuff in them, even in the regular comics. I mean, and that stuff doesn't belong in children's comics. So, I think they cut their own throat. I mean, they've Archie has been for all ages for almost, what is it now? When they start, Archie's comics started in what, 1940? I think 1941, 1942. So it's been almost 100 years that Archie has been, had been kind of all ages, and they threw all that stuff away back a little over a decade ago, around 2010. So since then, it hasn't been worth buying. I mean, unless you're a 30-something adult who enjoys sexual material and violence in children's comics, then you're happy. But outside of that, Let's see. I think my wife's home. Eric says, I can't even imagine anyone wanting to buy comics for younger people these past 15 years due to the reasons you mentioned. Sad, sad, sad. The wife's home. You're in trouble now. No, I'm not in trouble. It's just that I need to say hello to her when she comes in. So I may have to stop the stream just because I need to focus on her for a little while. Oh, yeah, she's home. I have to shut it off. Okay, yeah, I gotta go. So I'll be back later on this evening and continue the work, and hopefully you guys will join me. Okay? Thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate it. Talk to you later. Bye.